I think the NIL needs some boundaries, just like the transfer portal needs boundaries. I've talked about it on this podcast, but what I really want to get at today is we've had the SEC spring meetings, media day, all that stuff going on. And I kind of want to talk about some stuff because, I'm a big SEC fan. Although I'm not an Alabama fan, I am a Nick Saban fan because Nick Saban runs a top-notch program. He demands success and excellence from his players, and that's something that I like to do. That's something that I like to do for myself and those around me. So I have a immense amount of respect for Nick Saban. So I listen to Colin Cowherd daily, and Cowherd came out talking about what Saban had to say, where Saban kind of came back and was like, hey, look, I didn't say that anybody did anything wrong. I shouldn't have called out other programs. But what I want in college football is, some regulation on the NIL, and I want some parity in the game. So for starters, I don't think Saban wants parity at all. I think he wants a level playing field because he knows that with a level playing field, he is better than his competition and he will continue to dominate college football the way he has. Because if anybody thinks that a player is going to get coached up better by Jimbo Fisher and Texas A&M than he will by a Nick Saban staff at the University of Alabama, they're absolutely crazy. But what I think Nick Saban was asking for is actually, it benefits Saban because he knows he's better than his competitors at the actual job itself. And he has the resume and he has the relationships to get people to understand that when he says, hey, I want regulations on NIL, not because I want to stop you from getting money, because you're going to get your money. But we want to make sure that the right players are coached properly and these guys have their best chance to succeed. I truly believe that. But, Colin Cowherd, he came and look, I'm a huge fan of Colin, right? Love Colin. But I just disagree with Colin today, and I'm saying all of that just because I'm going to post this on YouTube, and God forbid it gets to him. I don't want to be the guy punching up just to be a dickhead for clout, right? That's not me. But it's interesting that he talked about it being a control thing and Saban being worried about losing control of the players. And then thinking about, what can happen in Texas, what can happen in California at USC. And I go, yeah, absolutely right. But I find it very convenient that you're going to use an argument against somebody that you've used. You want controls on the transfer portal, Colin. You want controls on NIL. You want players to be on campus for a set number of games before they can get a check. So when Saban talks about, hey, we need some parity here, we need some regulations, who are you to call him out? And all I think it does is it creates a narrative that bolsters up your guy, Lincoln Riley. Because what you want to do is you want to funnel more players to USC. I mean, word around town, you're a USC booster. And if you're not a USC booster, well, you are doing a lot to speak to USC and ensure that they are more successful. You have a multi-million listener platform. So, yeah, dude, I get what you're doing. Trying to big up your guy. But me, as somebody who likes you, listens to you, and listens to different media members, I love to try to find people in the media's like slant, right? What point are you trying to make, and what's your end state here with this conversation? What's your end state with this rant? What's your end state with this segment? And I go, you're trying to make Nick Saban look like he wants to control his players. Not that he's anti-NIL, but he's just an old curmudgeon. And then you're going to big up Lincoln Riley tomorrow or in a totally separate segment and talk about how USC has this money. And yeah, they're embracing NIL. You know good and damn well Alabama's embracing NIL. You know Alabama was embracing NIL before NIL was a thing. You hit Saban for gray shirting. Them gray shirts came with bags in it, and we know that. And yes, Saban's trying to just level the playing field because he doesn't have Texas money, oil money. He doesn't have Hollywood money. But the thing is, he's just better. He's better than Jimbo. He's better than Sark. He's better than Lincoln. He has a better track record. I'd much rather my son go be a backup at Nick Saban's program or play 4 years at a Nick Saban program, possibly play 5 years at a Nick Saban program, than go play at any of these other programs because it's kind of like the Pete Carroll USC thing. What's my man's name? Matt Castle. Matt Castle got like no burn at USC, and he started one season for the Pats and went and got a bag in the NFL. Why? Only because he played at Pete Carroll's USC. That's what happens at Nick Saban's Alabama. We look at Lincoln Riley. We talk about him being this quarterback whisperer, and we go, Baker, number 1 pick, disappointing. Kyler Murray, number 1 pick. His team doesn't want to pay him what he wants, and they shouldn't. And then you got Jalen Hurts, his reclamation project, who may turn out to be the better quarterback, but guess what? Where he came from? Saban land. And then you got Spencer Rattler, who had to transfer to South Carolina. We don't know what he's going to be. And Caleb Williams, a transcendent talent who looked good at Oklahoma. He's going to be at USC, and we're going to see what he's going to be over the next 2 seasons, but we don't know. I think that Lincoln Riley is, I'm going to put Lincoln Riley in the Luka and Nikola Jokic conversation. Maybe we can give him a little James Harden vibes, really flashy on the offense. It looks so good. We like it, but I don't know if it's championship material. Ooh, I like that one. Yeah. Lincoln Riley is Luka, Jokic, and James Harden. Great offensive game. We really like to watch it, but let's talk about championships, man. When we talk about championships, we talk about the stuff that Nick's doing. We talk about the stuff that Kirby's doing, the stuff that hurts, the trenches. SEC football, baby. I'm sorry. Lincoln Riley's going to have quarterback set, throw great passing numbers at USC. But if you don't clean up them trenches,
you're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.
He ran from the SEC for a reason. Come on now.